Hello and welcome back to Liam's TV Addicts. So today I am doing a video to discuss the characters that I play. So there's quite a few, but they're not all here because obviously there's some characters that I do like to keep under wraps. So it's a shock when you finally read it. But I just find that the characters that obviously I will be discussing in this video are going to be incredible, and yeah, I'm going to tell you obviously what I loved about writing about them and what I didn't, and where they are at the moment in the story by the end. So obviously the first character I am talking about is Judge for Revenged character PC Brodie Turner. Now obviously, because there's 2 seasons of this, but season 2 is not out until early next year. Now basically I have changed this character's dynamic, the plot line. So basically from season 1 he was just the average copper, the average PC copper who obviously went about his job. He was really good. He obviously had people he'd brung into the job. And then obviously by season 2, he's sort of got a lot more vicious, and there's been a character development, which I think is so extravagant, whatever the word is. It's so amazing, basically. But yeah, I can't say where this character is by the end of season 2 because it is a big shock. Now, let's talk about Hunter Reed from the Assassin's Path. Now, obviously, the first Assassin's Path story, because there's obviously 2. So the Assassin's Path, the original, is basically where my character, cut story short, he comes to make amends and then he turns into a serial killer. He goes to prison for 35 years. He comes out. Well, he doesn't come out. He escapes. And then he goes back in prison by the end of the Assassin's Path Revenge and he gets 75 years, so he gets years added on top. But this character, I loved writing about this character because he was so dark, and there was just something there that really did pick me, because I was just this character's dark, but he will stay in prison forever because he does not deserve to be free. So this is another character that I played, Liam Slater, on Stacey's New Lover. Now obviously this character has obviously been here from season 1. There is 19 seasons. So obviously season 18 is not been released just yet. It will be released this year, sometime, probably October time. But my character Liam literally dramatically changes. So his past catches up with him, and he goes to prison. So he will stay in prison for the foreseeable. And yeah, but I loved writing about that character, and obviously being married to Stacey. And also there's another past that comes back. Now, this is Josh. I played a character called Josh in Gone Missing. Now, Gone Missing has not been released. It will be released this year. I know it has took so long for this story to come out, but I've been hinting and giving storylines and twists and secrets and all that, but it will come out this year, I can guarantee. It'll probably be next month, September or November. But anyway, so this character was really tricky to sort of write about, because there's not really much that I put into the story, because as you can see from the title, it is called Gone Missing. So obviously we don't see much about his past, so there could be a potential for more in this future. But I will just say that he is presumed dead by the end of this. The next one is Apollo. Now, I played a character called Apollo in Mina vs. Megan. Now, this will be coming March next year. Now, this is probably I did change the plot line, so I wasn't originally going to be in the original storyline, but I've added my character in for just a bit of a more intense, because Mina, as we all know, is intense herself. So so obviously Mina has escaped prison. She's teamed up with this guy who is my character Apollo. She's met him. He worked at the prison that she was in, and he kind of helped her escape. And he's very techno savvy. He's very he's good with his robotics. So he obviously creates this Megan doll for Mina to go out and kill Mina's sister Manpreet. But also, I would assume that he is still working for Mina by the end. So the next one is Jeremy from Mina's alternative story. Now, this character was really obviously Emmerdale had mentioned that Mina had a ex-husband called Jeremy, but we didn't really know much about him, so I thought I'd bring him in. They can catch up. Mina and Jeremy got reunited. They got married while they were away at the end of season 1. Season 2, Mina came back and Jeremy came back, and Mina is now currently in Ibiza with Manpreet's daughter Aisha. So Jeremy's still in the village. Now, this storyline, I played a character called Ryan, and it was from the story Heartbroke. Now, Heartbroke is currently out at the moment. I don't think there's going to be any follow-up, but who knows? So basically, I wrote this story on the base of how I've been treated in past relationships. So I did it from my own experience, and it is not nice. So I thought I'd make a story symbolizing what actually, what happened in my past relationships, and the fact that they leave you for someone else or someone better than they think that is you. So yeah, it was really easy, let's just say, to write for this character Ryan because of my past. So also I played a character called Danny in Switch, which is Lacey Turner's character Stella's brother. So basically Lacey's character Stella had a long lost brother, so basically she never mentioned him to the girls, and he came to visit her, and it was obviously I made up the storyline of his backstory, that the fact that he had to go away because obviously family problems and there was tension and he wasn't wanted by the family, and he's come back to see his sister Stella. But obviously he's been living abroad, so he's gone back abroad now. So I would imagine he's back in Spain or wherever he is. But yeah, and I think he probably should stay there but you never know. There could be like a spin-off on him. So the next one is Ace. Now, I played Ace in Ruby's Back. Now, I brought Ruby back before she genuinely came back to EastEnders. Now, obviously, I came in as Ruby's new daughter's partner, boyfriend, Ace. And I was like a 20-something-year-old, and her daughter was like 21, something like that. So she was really old, and she came in, but it was never mentioned about obviously who Ace's parents was, where he came from, what if he had any hidden depths to his character. But yeah, I don't know where he is. The next one is On the Inside, and I played a character called Liam Hudson. Now, yes, I know there's loads of Liams to be played, but this character really fascinated me, genuinely, because this character is currently on a run in Ibiza. He's starting a new life under a new name with his wife, Paige. No, not Paige, something else, but I can't remember. I think it's Paige. And he's just so happy, and he's but he's out of prison, but the police are still looking for him. So that was the end of season 2, which I think is out at the moment. So there could be a potential for a spin-off in season 3 in Ibiza. Also as well, this character was really, really fun to write about, to be honest, because I had loads of massive ideas which I think kind of worked for this character. So the next character I played is Hayden in Hidden Connection. So season 1 is when he came in and he introduced himself to Manpreet. He got close to her. He told Manpreet that he had a girlfriend who was in prison for murder. She got life. And Manpreet was a kind of suspicious because she thought, oh, okay, this doesn't add up. You know, there's something that's a bit off here. So she had a look, and it turned out he was dating. He revealed to her that he was dating Mina. So season 2, obviously is a lot darker. So him and Ella sort of like get close, and something happens, and that's why it says dead in brackets, because he is dead, so he can never come back. And also, this character was really, really fun to write about because he just gave me so many options to go for. So the next one is Brad Clayton, and I played him in Becky's Back. Now, obviously, if you don't know who Becky is, she was in Coronation Street years ago. She played Becky McDonald, and she was my favourite character and still is, and I still want her to return. Now, obviously, my character Brad in season 3 went to prison, falsely accused of killing someone called Blake, who was his team, who was working for him, to chase after Becky, who owed him money. And he got falsely accused and went to prison, but he got released, and I would imagine that he's disappeared and he's now living a life in another country, you know, abusing some other gang or getting someone else to, you know, cause trouble. But also, on another note, it was really nice to play this character because he was darker than Hunter from Assassin's Path. So he was really, really dark, and he sort of just like paved the way for like a brilliant ending to his character. He should have died, but... So last but not least is Our Girl Season 6, and I played a member of the army team, Troy. Now, this was something section, I can't remember, 2 section or whatever. So my character is still in the army. I would assume he's probably thriving. He's probably, you know, manager or whatever, or boss man. But yeah, there's not really much that went on about this because obviously he's just... Our Girl Season 6 isn't even out yet. I've really got to schedule this because people love Our Girl and I love Our Girl. So I just feel like there's something about this character that I just really like took my arms to, because there was just something about him that really did, you know, think, oh, maybe I can go into Our Girl as a new character. So yeah, but I would imagine that he's doing good. So make sure you like and subscribe, and yeah. So obviously there is more characters that I have played, but obviously some of them are kept under wraps. Some of them, you know, some of them that I won't really look, because I'm still obviously planning the characters. So obviously it's still a bit difficult for me to, you know, bring them out of their shell. But yeah, any more characters that I write about and I plan and I know, you know, what's about them, I will do a video.